Hey everyone. Oh goodness. One second. One second. All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy 8 p.m. Please forgive me for being a little bit on late tonight, but yes, I'm here and we got a topic as prepared from yesterday and we're going to dive into it. So if you are just tuning in, I'm probably going to wait for a few seconds, minutes for people to hop on. But for anyone who's on early, I just want to let you know that yesterday we did a little bit of a challenge, which is so for me, I'm always on the side of thinking that we are all worthy. And one of the viewers stated that Kitty, hey, good to see you. Um, Kitty stated yesterday that that she didn't feel worthy. I hope you're open to that. I mean, you that was public. So anyway, so we did a challenge where we would list seven reasons why we're worthy and seven reasons why we're quote unquote not worthy. So I'd love to hear for anyone who participated in the challenge, who did the little assignment, and I'd love to hear your answers for today. I did the assignment. I did seven reasons why I'm unworthy, some reasons why I may not be worthy, and I also did for Kitty Marie as requested by her or challenged by myself in a way. Okay, so since Kitty is on, let's go ahead and just dive into this. By the way, if you see me looking this way, it's because again this monitor that I'm using is broken, so I have to look over there. Let's see here. Give me a second, please. Okay, so let's dig into this for anyone who's on right now. And shall we? Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm just going to copy and paste my answers. And by the way, I want to give a little bit of context for anyone who's watching right now. This was an interesting assignment for me. We will list the seven reasons and then we'll talk about it. Okay. So, Kitty, do you want to start with you? Do you want me? Hold on. Do you want to start about talking about you first, or me first? Your choice. Let me know. I'm open to either way. And what I'm going to do is, okay, me first. Cool. So I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to copy and paste my answers in the chat. Let me just open the chat, and excuse me, still getting over a little cold. So excuse me. What I'm going to do? Okay, here we go. Whoa. Okay. So it's a little bit messy here. Let me see. Here's what I'm going to do. Hold on. It's really messy. Let me see if I could clean this up a little bit. Because when I copy and paste, it gets all over the place. So what I'm going to do... Crying. QQ. Quick, Richard, make a decision. Because when I copy and paste, it just becomes a mess. Okay, here we go. Those are... oh, goodness gracious. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Because it's over the text limit, I'm going to create a document. I'm going to create a document right here. And then I'm going to share it with all of you, okay? So please give me 1 second. I'm literally going to create a Google Doc so you can see it. No, goodness. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I'm creating a Google Doc of 7 reasons why I'm worthy / unworthy and 7 reasons why Katie Marie is worthy / not worthy. Again, there's quotations here. Okay, please please do not take this literally. We'll talk more about it. Give me a second, please. Okay, I just created the document. I am now copying and pasting. There we go. Whoops, I could have shortened the link. That's okay. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So we got the link posted. feel free to read it if you want to, and I'm going to go ahead and start with myself. Let's see, Kitty here. All right, peoples. If you commented on some questions, I will get to in just a second after we go through this list. Just hang tight, okay? All right, so right now we're doing 7 reasons why I'm worthy, 7 reasons why I'm not worthy. The purpose of this is to, whatever you want to say, quote unquote, prove myself to be right, but also play devil's advocate to the side that I disagree with, which is for me, 7 reasons why I'm unworthy. So let's go with this. So, first things first, 7 reasons why I'm worthy of success, love, connection, all that kind of stuff. So number 1 is because because I'm a hard worker. Number 2 is because I do things with integrity. Number 3 is because I value human beings over profit. Number 4 is because I do everything with my heart. Number 5 is because all humans are worthy. Number 6 is because I'm willing to work for it and go through the challenges. And number 7 reason of why I'm worthy is because I choose to be. That's all. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to 7 reasons why I may not be worthy. Okay, of success, love, connection, etc. Okay. Reason number 1 of why I may not be worthy is because I chose to give up, and that was my own choice. Number 2 is because I'm not willing to put in the effort to achieve my goals / make it work. Number 3 is because I choose to believe I'm not worthy. Number 4 is because I'm addicted to my story and would rather hold on to my history than move forward. Number 5, because I choose not to be. Number 6, because I can't see how great I am. And number 7, because I compare myself with others. So those are 7 reasons why I may not be worthy. Okay? So let's see here. Kitty, I'm going to go ahead and go through your 7 that I came up for you. And then let me see here. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go through your 7 items, 7 and 7, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I came up with my answers, and then I'll let you share too. Okay, so this is 7 reasons why Kitty Marie is worthy. Because you are giving, because you are loving and caring of others, because you choose to show up, because you're willing to do the work if you choose, because you are capable of anything you set your mind to. Number 6, because all humans are worthy, yourself included. And number 7, because you have a big heart and the world needs you. Okay? So there's 7 reasons why you are worthy. Here's 7 reasons why you may not be worthy. Number 1, because you'd rather hang on to your past instead of moving forward into your greatness. Number 2, because you choose to believe you're not worthy. Number 3, because you'd rather stay in your comfort zone of beating yourself up than be your best self. Number 4, because you're afraid to see how much you're capable of accomplishing in your life. Number 5, because you've chosen to let others influence your incredible true self. Number 6, because you can't see how great you are. And number 7, because you choose not to be. Okay? So, there we go. Those are my 7 reasons why I/you are worthy, and 7 reasons why you and I may not be worthy. And I'm going to quickly talk about how I came up with these answers. The long story short is what I realized is that I do have a certain belief, and these are not BS answers. Like these are the answers I came up with. And Kitty, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. How did you feel as I was reading through this list? And again, the Google Doc is there. You can open it, read it, all that kind of stuff. And how do I say this? So pretty much my conclusion of when I was writing it is feeling worthy is a choice. That's it. Feeling worthy is a choice. Feeling unworthy is also a choice. It's just up to us. What do we choose to do? Do we choose to live a life where we are constantly, fighting to feel unworthy? Are we choosing to fight for being worthy? and that fight is up to us. And as my mentor said, you are a fighter. You are a fighter. Like everyone is a fighter, and it's just the question is not whether or not you're a fighter. The question is, what are you fighting for? Are you fighting for your limiting beliefs? Are you fighting to hold on to your story, your history, the story that says that you're not good enough? Or are we fighting for our future? Are we fighting to be that powerful, confident, capable person? And I'm not gonna lie, I fight with this every single day, and like as my mentor says, I'm gonna just echo what he says. It's don't think that I don't struggle with my own insecurities and my own feelings of unworthiness. I do too. Today I had to. I invited myself to get out of the house. I invited myself to go to the beach and shut my phone off and sit there for about an hour. Just whatever you want to call it, meditating, thinking, because I was feeling really crappy. I was feeling like I was unworthy, and I know that's a decision. Am I fighting for my history? Am I holding on to my comfort zone, or am I going to get over it? Am I going to push myself to move forward? And today I had an opportunity to look at that. And look, I don't have all the answers. I really don't have all the answers. But every single day is just a push. Every single day is just, how do I say this? It's doing my best to push myself forward by taking action. Um, this week, this week was not hot for me, so I'm gonna say 6 days and counting. This week was not hot for me. It was sloppy. It was disconnected, and disconnection to me is a super scary word. I believe disconnection for me is that's like disconnection for me is my kryptonite. Like that's when I get disconnected, that's almost like my disease. That's like that's when all the crap happens to me. When I disconnect from myself from my vision, my goals, when I disconnect myself from other people, when I disconnect myself from, I'm just gonna go back to my goals. It's my vision, my purpose. It gets really scary. I start losing my positive habits. Um, how do I say this? It's been 3 days since I've gone to the gym. I did go to the gym today, but prior to today, it's been 3 days. And the good news is that I'm still keeping up with my exercise because I exercise one day earlier. So I exercise 4 times a week. It's like Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Those are the 4 days that I exercise. And I ended up exercising a day earlier on Wednesday, so I didn't exercise on Thursday, didn't exercise on Friday, you know. And then today I exercise as planned. My point is, sometimes, how do I say this? Sometimes, sometimes we don't have all these. We are stuck, and what I'll say is that's okay. We get to just keep pushing. Okay. So, anyway, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what do you think about the 7 reasons why. 7 reasons why I'm worthy slash unworthy. Again, these are. I'd love to hear opinions. I think the if someone were to just open up the list and read them, I think they could easily be judged. Which that's I don't take it personally. It's up to each individual to interpret the meaning of it. But yeah, we'd love to hear. All righty. Kitty, if you are on, I would love to hear a little bit more of your thoughts. This chat's been a little bit quiet recently or today, which is okay. And wherever you are right now, as in wherever you are mentally, all that kind of stuff, emotionally, I accept you where you are, and it's okay. Like seriously, it's okay. It's we all go through our processes. We all have our own challenges. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer answer some questions that I see or comments and stuff. Alrighty. Brown Girl Jazzy says, Hey Richard, how do you know you're depressed? Um, that's a good question. How do you know you're depressed? I feel like that's a little bit of a gray area. It's like, I mean, you can go to a doctor and get diagnosed with depression. I don't know. For me, it's a very gray area. It's like, how do you know you're depressed? If you're, I would almost just Google search that exact question. Like, how do you know when you're depressed? It's like, how to know if you're depressed. Let's read some Google answers. Signs and symptoms of depression. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's our signs and symptoms that you're depressed. Behavior. By the way, this is by beyondblue.org. That doesn't even sound. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this one. Okay, so behaviors. If you're depressed, you're not going out anymore. You're not getting things done at work or school. Withdrawing from close friends and family. Relying on it says alcohol or sedatives or probably anything else that's related to comforting. Not doing usual enjoyable activities. Unable to concentrate. Feelings. Uh, these are potential feelings if you're feeling depressed: overwhelmed, guilty, irritable, frustrated, lacking in confidence, unhappy, indecisive, disappointed, miserable, sad. Here are some of the thoughts you might have if you're feeling depressed. I'm a failure. It's my fault. Nothing good ever happens to me. I'm worthless. Life's not worth living. And people would be better off without me. So those are some depressive thoughts. Physically, if you're depressed, these are possibly some physical symptoms. Again, I'm just reading this from Google. Okay, so it's not perfect. It's just a general guideline, and I would be mindful. I would not attach your like, oh, I'm depressed because it says so here. Like, if you really want to figure out if you're depressed, I would go to a professional and figure that out. Otherwise, it's like for me, I have moments of how do I say this? I don't always go to the doctor, but it's like when I'm feeling sad enough and when I'm just in a hole and I just know that I'm massively unmotivated and don't want to deal with my problems, like that's kind of how I know I'm in a depressive state. Again, it's a little bit of a gray area. So physically, if you're depressed, you might feel tired all the time, sick and run down, headaches and muscle pains, churning gut, sleeping problems, loss or change of appetite, significant weight loss or gain. So those are just some things. And by the way, if you have some of these symptoms, it does not mean you're necessarily depressed. It just these are just some symptoms of depression. Okay, so don't freak out if you hear, "Oh my goodness, I am feeling overwhelmed and I feel like I'm worthless." Like that doesn't mean you're depressed. And if you're depressed, honestly, it's just a label. It's just a whatever. It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't really mean much besides that you're going through a hard time. And I'm not trying to discount people who have depression, by the way. Like it's depression is a real thing, and you know, I I feel like we're going into a little bit of the deep end here. So I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So um, what I'll say is, if you are going through a tough time, if you feel depressed or anything like that, just know that it's okay. As in, um, continue to, how do I say this? Goodness, it's not an easy thing to say. It's like just continue to keep pushing forward. It's all storms will pass. And I know this is just like the easy fluff that I'm talking about. And if you want to get into more conversation, we can get into more conversation. And again, I'm only one person, so if you're struggling with depression or anything along the lines of that, seek professional help. That could be seeing a therapist or a psychologist, a psychiatrist, like your school counselor, things like that. Yeah, get support. Okay, so yeah, don't. I would say one of the, I don't want to say one of the worst things you could do, but something I don't think is going to be very supportive is if you're feeling sad and depressed. I don't think just sitting on it for a long time is going to help. It's okay to process your emotions and feelings, but I think at the end of the day, it's like we get to figure out a way to move forward from it. Be patient with yourself for sure, but don't sit on it for years or months. Try do your best to move forward, talk to someone, get support, talk to a friend, talk to Richard, talk to someone else here, get support because like life is too short to be unhappy, and I get it too. I'm telling myself the same thing too. I have bad days. I've had 6 rough-ish days in a row, and I'm continuing to push. I'm continuing to push forward. To How do I say this? It's like to just be, to be in the present moment, but also set myself up to win, to set myself up to live a happy life. So that's what I'm working on right now. Okay. Alrighty. Feel free to keep the questions coming. We are here. Let's see. Tokyo Dragon, good to see you on. Tokyo Dragon says, "Hey Richard, there is only one thing that causes unhappiness. That name of that thing is attachment. What do you think about this quote?" Let's see. I think there's a lot of truth to it. I think attachment causes a lot of unhappiness. So you're saying, well, this quote is saying the only one thing that is causing unhappiness is attachment. Ooh. This is one of those, like, if you gave me like a binary yes or no, like agree or disagree, that would be a challenging question. There's a lot of truth to what you're saying. I believe attachment creates a lot of unhappiness for sure. Is that the end all be all? My gut says yes. My gut says attachment causes unhappiness. So if we let go of attachment to people, objects, thoughts, success, everything, money, everything. I think if we let attachment, I think we will find happiness. Goodness, that's so hard. Like that's my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right, okay? That's just my opinion. So I do need to put out that disclaimer because I only know what I know. I don't know what I don't know. Let's see. Keely says, getting rejected by job after job makes you think sometimes you are not worthy enough for them. And when you are not even friend zoned by your crush, it feels unworthy. And when you are not even friend zoned by your crush, it feels unworthy. Crush is hanging in the wrong crowd though, and they are more important than I am. Keely, I'm not too clear on the second part about the crush. There's a lot of words in there. If you could rephrase that, I would appreciate that. And let's talk about that. For now, let's talk about getting rejected by job after job. I've been there. I've been in a spot where after graduating and before graduating, I was like searching for jobs, and it's stressful. It's like it hurts. Getting rejected so many times hurts. And not only have I been rejected by lots of jobs and also lots of girls too in the past. So I get it. And here's my mindset on that right now. My mindset right now is, let's see, like if it's meant to be, it'll happen. And here's one thing that I am starting to understand. When it comes to work, it needs to be a good fit both ways. So as much as a company needs to want you, you need to want the company as well. It's a relationship. It's both ways. So like, I don't know how to say, like, don't worry. I wouldn't worry so much. I understand that it can be massively demoralizing to constantly get rejected from job offers after job offers. I would just do my best to not take it personally and to keep my head up. Just keep focusing on the vision, focus on the goal, and don't let your mind focus on the past. And I get it. Like, it's so easy to say, hard to do. Like, straight up, I totally get that. It's a daily practice for me too. When I feel down, when I'm not accomplishing my goals or whatever, my mind starts drifting into the past. And the past is a dangerous place. It really is. I think we get to spend less time in the past and more time in the present and the future. Like, just focus on the goals. That's it. The more you focus in the past, the more dangerous it is. The more like you're going to go back into your history. So my recommendation. So hold on, I'm just looking at this real quick. There's a chart in my room. Okay, so there's three points of time in life. There's the past, there's the present, and the future. Right? I'll do it like that. The past, the present, and the future. Okay. My recommendation is I think we should be spending as little time as possible in the past. Um, I'm like, how about positive memories? I think positive memories are okay, but like all the stories, all the things that like you're like, oh man, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable. Um, sure, maybe. How do I? Okay. Long story short, the more time we spend in the past, the less time we spend in the future towards our goals. So if we want to achieve goals, we get to stop focusing on the past, focus on the present and the future. Like that's long story short. And by the way, I gotta practice what I preach for sure, for sure. I'm working on it. Alrighty, Kitty says she's back. Let's see. Aaliyah Trent says, "Hey, can you tell me how to do school while being sad?" Um, so Aaliyah, if you're feeling sad and how do you just keep going with school, I believe there's two parts to it. Number one is you get to number. I'll start with a quicker answer first. Number one is no matter how we're feeling, I believe we gotta just keep pushing. Like keep pushing through. If you want to get good grades and you want to do well, keep pushing through. I know it's hard. We gotta push ourselves and have that resilience, that grit, that perseverance to even if we don't feel like doing it, just keep going, keep going. Okay, so that's part A. Part B is if you're feeling sad, take time to work on that too. I think that's really important. It's really really important uh, to acknowledge your emotions and to work on it. Like emotions are so important to understand, and because we're human, emotions play such a big part to being a human being. So logic, emotions, which one's more important? That's a good question. If we're talking about if logic, I personally put more value on emotions over logic. So because it's the human experience. I think the purpose of life is to be authentically happy, and happiness comes from emotions. So I think it's emotions first, and then logic slash more the technical stuff. But it is most definitely a balance. You can't just focus on emotions. I think there's a balance, and they go hand in hand, heart and mind. Yeah. Hey, Angel. Good. Angel. Yeah, good to see you on, brother. All right, let's keep going with these. Jay Ronan, good to see you on, brother. Tokyo Dragon says attachment is, to certainty. Oh, sorry. Attachment to certain identity, material objects will make you unsatisfied. I agree with that. So I just want to point that out. If anyone is listening, I would love pay attention here. Like I think there is so much truth for people who are just learning this, or this could be review. I think attachment to people, objects, money, whatever it is, fame, our goals, thoughts, being in a relationship with someone, getting good grades, whatever it is, creates unhappiness. And I think attachment is a very artificial way to get temporary happiness, but it doesn't fulfill us long term. So I do believe when we unattach ourselves, when we don't expect people to do things, when we don't depend on getting good grades or looking good to feel good, I think we'll be happier. And quick little story here. Like I was just at the gym today, and like I'm being consistent with my workouts. So like I've never seen myself like I'm most definitely not bragging. But I noticed myself like I'm more toned than I've ever been in my life. Um, but I also know that being toned or whatever it is, like it does not equal happiness. It's a piece of it, but I can't rely on looking good to be all my happiness. Like there's so much more to it. So for myself, it's like it's a nice little discipline. It keeps me going. Like the process of improving myself, and I'm still trying to figure out what makes me happy. But I do not want to be attached. That's what I'm working through right now. So anyway, that's what I got there. Okay. Alrighty, Kitty Marie. All right, so Kitty Marie is sharing her 7 reasons. All right, so Kitty Marie says 7 reasons. We're diving into part number 2. Again, the topic of this if you're just hopping in, the topic of today is 7 reasons why I'm worthy slash unworthy. And yesterday we had a challenge to play devil's advocate and look at both sides. Why might I be worthy and why might I not be worthy, and just talk about it. Let's figure that out. Okay. So Kitty says 7 reasons I might be worthy, or why you believe that. Um, Kitty says number one, he obviously enjoys talking to me. Number two, thinks I am kind to others. Three, thinks I am good at communicating. Four, brings positivity to others. Five, I make him and others smile. Six, accepting of others. Seven, does not give up on others. Thank you for what you say. It's like you see me or feel me. Oh goodness, thank you, Kitty. Those are awesome answers. Like that's I don't know how to say it. Like I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for stretching yourself. I know it wasn't easy to come up with 7 reasons, and it was probably uncomfortable. It was a little awkward. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. I think when you list out those 7 reasons why you might be worthy, I could see it, and I don't know how much I could see that you do believe in yourself. There are aspects, and that the 7 things you listed out to some extent is true. Like, I'm gonna read a few more. Like, that you are kind to others. Um, okay. That you do bring positivity to others. That you do make other people smile. You are accepting of others, and you don't give up on others. Like, these are things I believe that you believe. So that's awesome. So, Kitty, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your thoughts of this exercise. And if you want, you can list the other 7, unworthy. I honestly don't care about those because I want to focus on this. But in a way, if you wrote them down, I'd be curious anyway. So feel free. Feel free to go for it. All right. Angel says, honestly, if I had to say that I feel unworthy, it would be that I don't make enough money to live on my own, doing what I like, slash my passion. I'm working on it right now, but it's stressful nonetheless. Hmm. Yeah, it's how do I say? It is a process. Life is a journey, and Angel, what I could say is, if you feel partially unworthy because you're not independent and all that kind of stuff, it's okay. It really is absolutely okay. Uh, Again, know that life is a journey. Me too. I'm figuring out life as we literally speak right now. I've been speaking for what 3-4 years as my business, and I've like barely been positive, like just barely. So, um, financially, anyway. So I say that because it is literally a journey. I'm just being as human as possible here. It's messy. It's not perfect, and I every single year slash I'm gonna say every single year. Every single year is a new year to just push myself in and be a little bit better. It's we're going to keep struggling until we stop struggling. And what I mean by that is like life is always going to be a challenge until it's not. There's going to be that one day where you just figure out like I finally get it. I finally understand how to do what I'm passionate about and make money doing it. It takes time. It's a journey, and I think what's stopping us the most is not time. I think what's stopping us the most is our own mental barriers. So we get to continue pushing hard and stretching ourselves, having the courage to take risks, to jump, to just go for it, to just like, yeah. By the way, easier said than done. Talk is cheap. Uh, it's easy to say it, and for me, I'm on the journey too. So that's what I have. Alrighty. Orthodox says Angel says because some of my best friends aspire to be in the medical field and it makes me feel out of place because I feel inferior to them. I go to college but don't plan pursuing what I'm in for. Um, all. So let's see. Aspiring to be in the medical field. Medical field. Yeah. Hey, Angel. I think you get this already. But life is too short to compare ourselves with other people. Life is too short to try to live up to other people's expectations. So it's your life, and do your best to just do you. Follow your own bliss, and don't worry about what other people are doing. And when you follow your own bliss, I believe when you just embrace the journey, when you embrace the challenges, you'll see so much amazingness in it. And I get it. I get it because I have a friend who's studying to become a doctor, and as we all know, doctors make a lot of money. So yeah, I've definitely had points where I started comparing myself, because I know how much money that she will be making, at least six figures for sure, more than the minimum of six figures. Um, but like for me, in the time when I was struggling financially, it was like I felt a little bit of that unworthiness, and because I was comparing myself. So where I'm at right now is like, financially, it's not like I'm rich, financially, and but that's okay. My finances. I'm not letting my finances dictate my self worth, and I'm doing. Let me rephrase that. I'm doing my best to not let my finances dictate my self worth. Sure, to some extent, there's a little taste of that, a little bit of a tying that in, but for the most part, I'm redefining what defines my self worth, and it's not finances. It's other stuff. It's contribution. It's how much that I live in alignment with who I truly am. It's my integrity. It's the person that I am, and that's how I'm redefining my self worth. And every single day is a new opportunity to do that. Alrighty. All right. Kitty says, "I saw from your perspective, Richard." Oh, I'm. That made me smile. That made me smile to see that you were able to stretch yourself and do that. So awesome. And then Kitty, 7 reasons why you may not be worthy. So number one is not many people want to be around me. Two is I was told that I am hideous. Three, I let people walk on me. Four, I was told I had no beauty or value. Five, my bad habit. Six, told I was useless. Seven, someone said to me everything bad happens is my fault. Yeah, Angel, that list that Kitty just wrote is 7 reasons why Kitty Marie feels like she's not worthy. I'm gonna dive in here, Kitty. Thank you so much for sharing. By the way, like I really do appreciate that a lot. So I just wanted, like, the first thing that pops in my head, it is amazing to hear how many people, like, of these 7 items, I didn't even count. I think it was at least four or five items of the 7 are what other people are telling you. Like, you're letting other people define your self worth as opposed to yourself. It is self worth, not other people's worth of you. Sorry, I just made that up. That's really cheesy. No, but really, like, it kind of surprises me, and the good news. The good news is all 7 reasons of why you feel like you're unworthy can all be improved drastically. Let's see, real quick. Sniper Tail 76. So currently, this channel is all about improving ourselves, and it's a Q&A every single day. We do a live stream, every single day, pretty much. There's a few days if I'm busy I don't, but essentially 7 days a week. We do a live stream for approximately an hour. Sometimes it goes to an hour 45 if we have lots of questions. But we're just here to support each other to, build up our self-esteem, whatever, be more confident, love ourselves more, and just work through any kind of challenges that we're going through. A lot of people here are students. There's also some adults that tune in and, that they're looking for support, or, there's people I'm just randomly saying, like, my brother hops on once in a while, and it's kind of cool to see, people who I see as confident still able to get something out of just hearing these conversations. So that's kind of what we do. We're here to support each other, and we got a lot of people here. Angel, aka Onathox and Kitty Marie and Brown Girl and some others who are on here frequently, almost every single day. So super awesome. Jay Ronin's on here. Keely's on here frequently too. So it's super Tokyo Dragon too. So super cool. Chilling vibes. Yeah, super cool to see a lot of these people just hop on every single day, and we're just here to support each other. Okay. Alrighty. So Kitty, I want to dive into your 7 points, and when it comes down to self worth, like on my journey, what I'm learning is to not let other people define my self worth. So like that is your environment. Careful. Hold on. I'm gonna start with this one. Peter Lamata, good to see you on, brother. Good morning to you. Um, Kitty, I want to start with this quote. So most of you know this. Many of you have heard this quote, and the quote is, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." So if you hang out with five millionaires, you become the sixth. If you hang out with five, alcoholics, you become the sixth. And the purpose of this quote is who you hang out with is really important, and it really shapes the person that you are. So in a way, it's like if the 5 people you're hanging or spending the most time with is, let's say, negative or toxic, this could be your parents, this could be your brother, this could be friends or people, your classmates. You don't even need to spend a lot of time with them. Just whoever notice the people that you're spending most time with, and see how they're affecting you. Like before, a lot of my time was spent with, I don't know, let's say brother, dad, mom, certain friends, and I think this is a pretty true statement. It's like we're only going to be as good as like our people that we allow into our lives. So just be mindful of that. My opinion, like if anyone is being negative to you, honestly, just ignore it. Like don't worry what other people think about you. Like it takes time, it takes practice, because we are social creatures. We look for feedback, and we want, like, in a way, we're always looking to, as social creatures, we want to be accepted, and it's a dangerous place. If we're constantly needing acceptance from other people, it's scary, because our happiness, like, we're giving our power away. It's our happiness no longer comes from us; it comes from other people. We depend on other people to accept us for who we are, and I think it's scary. It's goodness. I just got like real life situation in this moment right now. I literally right now in this moment. Today was one of those days where, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as much as I am quote unquote independent, I'm also dependent too. I lean on other people, which is not. There's a healthy way to do it, and there's an unhealthy way to do it. And some parts of it, I lean on other people in a healthy way. Other parts, I lean on them in an unhealthy way, meaning I'm dependent on them. Like it's this, like, if this person doesn't make me feel happy, I will be sad. That kind of stuff. So I depend on them for happiness, and that's not a winning strategy. So today, I was challenged. Today I was challenged to really, and this is why I went to the beach. Today I was challenged to look inward and understand, Richard, stop leaning on, other people, your whatever, the girl you're dating, for happiness. Like, that is so draining for her. Like, you don't get to do that. You get to find happiness within yourself. You get to figure out how can you be happy by yourself. So I went into these little visualizations of like, okay, imagine if I was, whatever, single. Imagine if I was just by myself now, in this moment. Would I be happy? And immediately it was like, honestly, in this like millisecond of a moment, no, I wouldn't be. And then right away my mind went into, okay, notice, Richard, how if you didn't have this other person here, you would not be happy. You'd be sad. Okay. So what would make you happy? Like how do you create happiness? And I realized like I have to learn to create happiness within myself. I have to learn to do things that create happiness for me. And that's like little things like going to the beach, little things like just exploring. It's just doing what I enjoy doing. I went to some garage sales today, like yard sales. I just bought some stuff, really cheap stuff, and I enjoy it because it's like I don't spend a lot of money, but it creates happiness. It's fun. So that's my random I don't know how to say it, it's like my random thing to do. So yeah, we got to find our own ways to create our happiness. So yeah, cool. Let's see here. All right, Kitty. By the way, people, I see your comments. I'm gonna get to them. Angel, we're gonna get to your list pretty soon. Yes, cheap thrills for sure. Kitty, I wanna go through your list real quick. Okay, so again, the 7 reasons why you may not feel like you're worthy. I believe everything on the list can easily be simply, not easily, simply be fixed. It's like when I see these things, it's like, oh, it's not a big deal. As in, yes, Kitty, I'm not saying it's not a big deal to you. To you, it's a huge deal. To you, all these 7 things are truths. These are your truths. And to me, your 7 reasons why you're unworthy are not truths. Like they're just stories, and stories can be changed. It takes practice. It takes some effort and work, but it can be changed. Okay, so let's see. Number 1, he says, not many people want to be around me. Interesting. So I'm gonna give real life examples here. Not many people want to be around me. I get it. I can't say I grew up the most popular kid. I was also not the least popular kid either. I had that feeling of I didn't feel like I was accepted by everyone. And even today, I'm going to be completely honest here. Even today, I don't feel like I'm accepted by everyone. When I go to speak at schools, being completely honest here, when I go to speak at schools, I don't think every single audience member loves me. I wish people did because it makes me feel good. But I don't think that's the case, and that's okay. I'm learning to be content with who I am as an individual. So yeah, like not everyone needs to want to be around you. It's one of those ego things is like after a presentation, the best feeling is when you get this huge mob of students coming up to you like, hey, can I take a photo with you? Can you autograph this for me? And honestly, like it's not a thing that a lot of kids do for me. It's happened a few times, but like, I can compare myself with my friend Josh Green. Josh Green is like kind of like a select youth motivational speaker. Like this guy, at the end of his presentations, all the kids want like huge long lines. Everyone wants to talk to him. Everyone wants everything signed. He has this. He's building up a YouTube following. All this cool stuff. So it's I can compare myself with this guy, or I could just be content with who I am and not need everyone to want to be around me, if that makes sense. So it's okay. Just continue to, I would say, just continue to just embrace yourself. Work on wanting to be around yourself first. And I feel like if you work on you wanting to be around yourself, people will want to be around you. I think that's the case. And I'm working on that too. I'm working on I'm working on wanting to be around myself more. So self-love. All right. Point number 2 is I was told that I am hideous. Don't listen to other people. Like seriously, that's ridiculous. Like I'm sorry. I know this is your truth. I know like to you, you believe it. To me, like it's so ridiculous. Like why would you listen to what someone else says? Like who cares? It doesn't matter what someone else says. That's ridiculous. Like why are you giving your power away to this person? I could like, do you think I would ever call you hideous? Heck no, I would never call you hideous. Are you going to listen to the other person or are you going to listen to me? By the way, I'm not making you choose sides here. Like, I'm just saying, like, it is up to you who you want to choose to believe. And at the end of the day, you get to choose. You get to choose who you believe. And by the way, you're going to believe other people. Okay, hold on. You're only going to listen to what you believe. So if someone says something that you agree with, you will soak it in and that will be your truth because you already believe it. But if there's something someone says that you don't believe, guess what? You're just going to reject it. You're not going to listen to it. So, Kitty, if I said I believe you're one of the most beautiful people in this whole entire world, guess what? Chances are you're not going to soak it in. Why? Because you don't believe it. You're like, oh, thanks, Richard. You're just trying to flatter me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, seriously. Nah, he doesn't really mean it. So, I had a pivotal moment where one of my mentors said, hey, Richard, you're a smart guy. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? I failed. This is one of my presentation talks. I was the only one in the whole 7th grade class that failed pre-algebra. I was the only one who had to repeat it. All my classmates went on to the next level. I repeated statistics 4 times. I never got into UCLA like my brother and sister. Brother and sister graduated top of the class. I didn't. I graduated ranked 250 versus their rank number 3, rank number 9, or something like that. So point being is like, these are just whatever stories. Okay. Number 3, I let people walk on me. That can be changed too. It's learning to build up your self-respect. Have self-respect. If you feel people are walking over you, stand up for yourself. Say no. I'm not letting you do that anymore. Stand up for yourself. And sometimes that is just walking away from a certain situation. That's it. It's self-respect. So if you feel like you're unworthy, guess what? When you continue to let people walk all over you, that adds to your story. That's your history of feeling unworthy. The more people walk all over you, the more unworthy you feel. The moment you choose, it's a choice. The moment you choose to stop letting people walk all over you, you'll feel better. Okay? Let's see. Number 4, I was told I had no beauty or value. I'm making this face because this is all other people's opinion. Who cares? It doesn't matter what other people think. Like, it is so like I'm making this face like, what the heck? That is so not true. That's so BS. Like, I'm a little bit angry that someone would ever say that to you. Like, you were told you have no beauty or value. That's so BS. You have beauty, you have value. Like, it's, goodness gracious. Like, some people, guess what? Hurt people hurt people. I didn't make up this phrase. Whoever made it up is a genius. So I'm giving credit where it's due. Hurt people hurt people. The only reason why someone would say you're not beautiful, you have no beauty, you have no value, is because they believe they're not beautiful and they have no value. That's the only reason why. Hurt people hurt people. If you talk to people with self-confidence, with genuine, we'll call it self-esteem, like that genuine confidence, not that fake, like, I'm macho. No, like that genuine self-confidence, they're never ever going to say that to anyone. Why? Because they don't need to. Life is not about putting people down. The reason why people put people down is because it makes them feel better about themselves. That's it. They want to be better because they don't feel good enough. If you already are confident with yourself, you don't need to put people down because you're not comparing yourself with other people. There is no I'm better than you anymore. It doesn't matter. We're human beings. We're equal. So please, opportunity to let go. Anyway, your bad habits, that can be improved. Self-hate, low self-worth, low self-esteem, all that's contributing to your bad habits. I get it. It's a little bit of a paradox and a cycle. All that stuff could be improved. So just keep moving forward. Keep taking action. Action is so important. The 3 A's, 3 steps of Richard, I got to figure out a term for it. Acknowledge, accept, action. Acknowledge, accept, action. Acknowledge whatever your insecurity, your challenge. Accept it. Accept that you are the way that you are, and that is perfectly okay to have challenges. We're human beings. It's okay. It's okay to accept that you're struggling with something. Just know that it's okay. Okay. 3 is action. Action is moving forward towards the right direction, even if you don't know what's right. Even if you don't have a clear idea. In general, it's like, let's say you want to become a graphic design artist, but you do something like you go work out. Does working out really affect being a graphic design artist? Not directly, but you know that working out is going to develop a positive mindset. It's going to create discipline. So yes, it does. So do whatever, just take action. And I can tell myself this, You know, I'm guilty. I'm guilty too. Every day is a push. Every single day is it's a challenge. It's a struggle. It's Richard, go, just go. Come on. I don't feel like it though. Richard, just do it. Maybe in a little bit. Let me take a nap first. So yes, I struggle with this stuff too, for sure. Okay, one step at a time. By the way, sorry for the long answers. I hope this is supportive to anyone who's on right now, and I will get to your comments and questions. Angel, I see a lot of your comments going through, and we'll get to them in just a second. Let's see. You were told you were useless. Again, don't worry what other people say. And number 7, someone said to me, everything bad happens is my fault. That is such a lie. Like, everything bad that happens is their fault. Like, seriously, life, we all get to take... So Tom Bilyeu, you know, one of my people I look up to right now, he has a shirt that says, everything is my fault. And the idea is, take responsibility for your life. So it's empowerment. It's like let's say... This is too deep of a conversation, or too long a conversation. Long story short is like, I don't know how to say it. It's like, people are just saying things because they're insecure. Like, seriously, I could see the person's insecurities. So that's what I have to say. Like, there is very little value to these people putting you down. It's like, it's not backed by anything besides harsh words, you know? So that's it. Okay. Alrighty. All right, Angel, let's get to your list now. 7 reasons why I'm worthy. Number 1, I understand others. Number 2, I'm mature, empathetic. Number 3, I make friends/family laugh. Number 4, I like to take risks. I don't know if it's related. Number 5, I like to motivate my friends/family. Number 6, I make videos that people enjoy. And number 7, I like to help people with what I can. Awesome. I love it. Kitty says, am I leaning on you in an unhealthy way? How do I say, are you leaning on me in an unhealthy way? Okay. Before I answer this, I want you to not judge yourself, okay? So don't judge yourself. There's no point in judging yourself. Like, just let it be. So are you leaning on me in an unhealthy way? I do believe you're doing both. You're leaning on me in a healthy way by, like, you know, tuning in and all that stuff. But you're also leaning on me in an unhealthy way because you're depending on me to give you the affirmations, to give you the, you know, you are worthy, like you are capable. Yes, I do believe them. I 100% believe them, that you are capable, worthy, beautiful, like that you can accomplish anything that you want to. It's up to you. Yeah, Kitty, like, I have this ability to understand people's personalities. Like, I don't know your full personality, but I could read a lot about someone's personality based on how they communicate through text. So as you're writing to me, like, I learn a lot about you. I don't know everything about you, but I can learn a lot about you. So there's a reason why I believe in you. It's not just this fake, you know, I'm making this up stuff. So anyway. Yeah, anyway, if you feel insecure about leaning on me in an unhealthy way, I just want to tell you, like, it's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up. Accept yourself, you know, acknowledge, accept action. It's okay. I'm telling you because I care about you. I'm telling you because I want you to be aware. I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't want to fluff things up. My point is, I want you to be aware of it, so then you can improve and figure out, oh, okay, Richard's saying that I'm leaning on him in an unhealthy way, healthy and unhealthy way. Okay, if I'm leaning on him in an unhealthy way, like, why? What does that mean? How's that unhealthy? Okay. What can I do to improve that? How do I, oh, he said that it's unhealthy because I'm depending on him to say positive things to me instead of me saying positive things to myself. Okay, so what can I do here? Okay, I can probably try to say more positive things to myself. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna let you figure it out. Like, I trust you. You can do it. Seriously, you could figure it out. I'm here for you though. All right, Angel says 7 reasons why unworthy. Number 1, socially awkward with new people, like in school. Number 2, insecure about my looks. Number 3, never had a girlfriend. Number 4, my friends don't text me / invite me to hang out. Number 5, I stay home a lot when not at school. Number 6, I don't feel confident around girls I like. Number 7, I don't like how my voice sounds. Um, ooh, Angel, these are interesting. By the way, if you're just for anyone who's just hopping on right now, um, I have to give a little disclaimer so people aren't like misled of like what today's conversation is about. Yesterday we did a challenge. Yesterday's challenge was to see ourselves from both sides of the coin. 7 reasons why I'm worthy, and then 7 reasons why I might not be worthy. Let's. The point is play devil's advocate to kind of see what we can learn from the experience. It doesn't mean I'm encouraging everyone to feel unworthy or whatever. I am encouraging people to feel worthy for sure. But this whole purpose is to just create conversation and dig deeper and understand. So that's the point of the exercise. So going back to Angel, aka Anantax. Let's talk about this. So Anantax, I'm going to dig through each one of these 7 items. Number 1 is these are good ones. Reasons why you might feel unworthy, feel socially awkward with new people, like in school. I like this because it's like a real challenge. It's like a real like. It's stuff that I struggle with too. It's relatable. So, socially awkward with new people, like in school. Okay. Number 2, insecure about my looks. Number 3, never had a girlfriend. Number 4, my friends don't text me, invite me to hang out. Number 5, I stay home a lot when I'm not at school. Number 6, I don't feel confident around girls I like. Number 7, I don't like how my voice sounds. Okay, so on thoughts, like I'm taking like a split second longer to answer or like reply back to this thought. Why? Is because what you're saying is still real to me to some extent. There's relatable conversations that I'm having in this moment, and what I realize is both you and myself, this is one of those opportunities where we get to look at our list of reasons why we don't feel unworthy and understand that. Hold on, I gotta read this again real quick. Understand it is up to us to define our self-worth. How do we define our self-worth? Are we going to allow our self-worth to be defined on, let's say the way that we look, if girls like us, if we're socially accepted, our habits, what else? Are we going to let our self-worth be defined around how our voice sounds? Things like that. And I believe there are 2 answers here. Answer number one is I believe we got to shift the way we define our self-worth. Like, if there's things that we can't change about ourselves, stop focusing on that to define our self-worth. Focus on redefine self-worth. That's what it is. Redefine self-worth. And choose different ways. If there's things you can't change about yourself, don't use those as benchmarks of your self-worth. Like, change the conversation, because guess what? You're never ever going to change your height, assuming, you're matured and you stop growing and stuff. Like, there's certain things that you can't, I'm giving you an example. I know that's not what you listed. There's certain things you can't change about yourself. For the things that you can change about yourself, change them. We get to do that. And I do believe when we improve our habits, we start doing more positives, we start letting go of bad habits, that's going to boost our self-esteem and our self-worth for sure. So yes, do the things that you feel like you should be doing. And then with the things that you can't change about yourself, look at your list of 7 things. Let it go. Let go, change your definition. Redefine your definition of self-worth. So that's something I'm working on too. And I've redefined my definition. I've redefined my definition of self-worth, and I've also forgot about it, and then I have to remind myself, forgot about it, remind myself. So it's this constant journey of like solidifying, remembering how do we define our self-worth, getting present, and defining our self-worth based off something that's within our control, if that makes sense. Okay. Alrighty. So it is that time. It is we are an hour and 6 minutes in, or sorry, an hour and 4 or 5 minutes in. What I'll say right now is that we are getting we're going to wrap up pretty soon. So if you have any final comments or questions, feel free to drop them in. We'll get them answered. Otherwise, I'm going to do what we do at every single end of every single live stream, which is summarize everything we talked about real quickly. So again, today's topic is 7 reasons why I'm worthy slash quote unquote unworthy. What I learned from this through this process is that self-worth is a choice, that we get to choose how we redefine our definition of self-worth. Like it's that important. Like yeah. So we get to choose how we define our self-worth. And like seriously, for anyone, this applies. I think this is universal. It's if you don't feel worthy, just know all that is you get to redefine your self-worth. And number 2, you get to change your whatever bad habit, like let go of the bad habits, start taking on good slash positive habits. I think that's how we build up our self-worth and live life in alignment with who you truly want to be. Okay. What else do I have here? We talked a lot about don't compare ourselves with other people. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the negative people. If people are saying negative things to you, just know that they're speaking out of insecurity. Hurt people hurt people. So if you hear negativity, someone says something bad to you, that's just their own experience, their negativity. It's people who are whatever you call it, mature people who have self-esteem, self-worth, high self-worth. They're not going to make fun of other people, in an insulting way. Why? Because they don't need to. Like when people make fun of you, it's because they're insecure. Like that's the only reason why. It's not a truth. Right? So, okay, that's what I have. Angel, Kitty Marie, good to see you both on, and Joey Carbon, thank you, appreciate that. You are awesome too, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. We will be back on tomorrow at same time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have any suggestions on if you have any questions or things that you want to talk about in future episodes of our live streams, feel free to just email me or shoot me a DM, private message / direct message, okay, on whatever social media platform. I'll probably see it. Okay, have a good night, everyone. Sleep well, and or have a good day, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.